starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
One of us
is not telling the truth.
Can you tell which one of us
is trying to deceive you?
I'm fluent in 3 languages.
I grew up in Shanghai.
I grew up with 5 different pets.
I have never traveled outside of the United States.
I have never broken a bone.
My favorite author is Ray Bradbury.
Hi everyone, Assalamualaikum, long time no see. So, my name is Ahmad Afifawas bin Muhammad Zaki and my metric number is 2023395801. I am from RSR 245C. So today, I feel very happy to share with all of you about sign of lying. So, before we start, I have a question to ask you. Have you ever wondered if someone is lying to you? So, according to a study by the University of Massachusetts, 60% of people can go 10 minutes without lying. Every week, American tells 11 lies. In a study of 11,366 lies told by 632 people over 91 days, 75% of them lie between 0 or 2 times per day. 6% of the participants had a low lying level. To lie, some often on some days at random. However, there are some signs that can indicate that a person is lying. You want to know? So, in this informative speech, I will be discussing some of the signs of lying that you can look out for. So, firstly, one of the most common signs of lying is avoiding eye contact. People who are lying, they prefer to look away, look down, or look around the room rather than making a direct eye contact with the person they are talking to. So, why do they do that? This is because they may feel guilty or uncomfortable. So, avoiding eye contact can help them to feel less exposed. So, the second one, people who are lying, they tend to fidget or excessive movement. They may play with their hair, they will tap their foot, or they will always touching their face. Why? Because this action indicates that they are uncomfortable or nervous, or they may be trying to distract the person they are speaking to from their lies. So, the third one is, liars often, they always give too much or too little information. They may try to cover up their lies by providing unrelated and irrelevant facts, or they may leave out important information to avoid being caught. You must have been in this situation, right? So, pay attention to whatever the story they are telling makes sense, and if there are any inconsistencies. Fourthly, people who are lying, they may use language that is vague or ambiguous. What is that? So, they may avoid giving a direct answer to a question. For example, they will use phrases like I think or probably, or use overly formal or complicated language to confuse the listener. So, why they do this? So, this is a way of avoiding giving a straight answer and can be a sign of lying. And finally, this is the most important of sign of lying, which is you have to pay attention to a person's body language. Liars may have a closed-off defensive body language, such as crossing their arms or legs or leaning away from the person they are talking to. They may also use extensive gesture or movements to try to emphasize their point and make them seem more believable. So we are already at the end of the conversation. So, in conclusion, these are some of the signs of lying that you can look out for, including all I have told you about before, which are avoiding eye contact, fidgeting, giving too much or too little of information, using vague language, and displaying closed-off or defensive body language. But however, it is important to remember that this sign do not necessarily mean that someone is lying, or you should not be used this as the sole basis for assessing someone of his honesty. It always best to approach the situation with an open mind and have a conversation with the person to try to understand their perspective. So that's all that I want to share with all of you for today. I hope you enjoy and understand what I'm talking to. Thank you for listening.